Hi, this is Pallavi Goyal reporting live from the ET Retail E-Commerce and Digital Natives Summit 2024. I'm joined with Mr. Shahid Shaikh, Head of Digital Natives at SAP. Shahid, thank you so much for joining us today. How are you feeling at the summit?
Pleasure, Pallavi. Thank you so much for inviting. It's always lovely to be a part of the ET forums. There's so much vibrancy. Love to meet the founders. Love to hear their stories. There's so much that is happening as part of the industry in this community that has been built up by startups. The biggest thing that's enjoyable to hear is about the disruption that they try and bring in this entire forum. I was fortunate to participate in the roundtable where we had the likes of Swiggy, Fresh to Home, the regular brands and the consumer brands which as consumers we use in our day-to-day lives, and it's really lovely to hear about their story about how they're trying to create a disruption in the industry that they've been. Traditionally, if you look at it, our way of ordering food, our way of looking at shelter was very different. The way No Broker, the way Swiggy, the way Fresh to Home, has created this entire decorum of community within the startup world is really amazing and fascinating.
Excellent. I think, it's very infectious to hear you talk about brands so passionately. You mentioned about the roundtable discussion that you had. I think it was a very focused discussion. What was the biggest takeaway for you personally?
The biggest takeaway was our roundtable was about how startups are trying to use the enterprise technology and how are they gearing up to scale for the future. Technology is not a new word for the startups if you look at it. They were born as digital natives. That's what we call them, right? So technology has always been embedded as a part of their core fulcrum. But if you look at it, what's happening right now is now all these startups are, and this was a very good point that came up as a part of the discussion. They are focused, they're moving or shifting their focus from not just being a technology company, but being a business or a customer experience or a centric company in the business that they are trying to operate. So the biggest takeaway that came out is how can we really create a good core at the back end. They were very intrigued to hear about SAP's story on how and what we are trying to do as a part of this startup community. So there's a lot that is happening on ground where we are trying to work with startups. There are a lot of startups that we have supported in the journey for the last 2.5 years. And I think it's really exciting to see what's ahead for us.
Excellent. One final question for the digital natives industry. What is one big trend or innovation you are personally betting your time and money on?
I think AI is the next big thing for all of us. We have been hearing about this buzzword, and I think it's time now to see and convert that to reality. Companies, startups, all of them are heavily investing in the world of AI to see how AI can really facilitate to offer a better business, a better customer experience, and take away the trend of the abundance work that was there at the back end to support businesses. It'll be interesting to see how disruption within the world of startups, who themselves are big disruptors, will bring AI and unfold AI to support business.
Excellent. I think it will be a very interesting space to watch out for. Thank you so much for joining us, Shahid.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.